Welcome back to Under Oath. Today we have actress Didi Conn. Didi, can you hear me?
Hey, Jeff, baby, I hear you loud and clear. Oh, what papa up? Oh, what bam boom?
You would think that's what I associate most with you. But a bunch of years ago, I saw Goodnight Gracie on
Oh, you
Broadway.
did?
And,
Oh,
it was a one-man show, but they
yes.
had your voice playing throughout this
Yeah.
play. And
Oh,
it was amazing. It was such a
oh,
fantastic
Jeff,
job.
you just gave me chills. That was such a great experience. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's so funny opening night to be in the
Yeah.
audience. And I didn't have to do anything and hear everybody laughing around me. It was great. No, I loved doing that. That was a lot of fun.
A lot of people didn't know. I mean, when Frank, who played George Burns in it,
Frank Gorshin, yeah.
he was so amazing. And then he took it on
Yeah.
tour. He went on tour
Yes.
with it, and your voice went all over the world. It was amazing.
Yeah, I know. It was fun to work on that, to find her where it placed in her. Yeah, it was a wonderful. I really, really enjoyed it. And it was so easy once I recorded it, that was it.
You know what I love best about some of the work that you've done over time is they now have the Grease sing-alongs.
Yes.
And my son who's on the spectrum, he loves going to those.
Oh, that's wonderful. My
And
son too. My son is autistic. Did you know that?
yes, I
Yeah,
saw your work with Autism Speaks, and I
that's
got to tell
right.
you, I spent a lot of time dealing with awareness, so I am so happy and proud that you do the same.
Oh, thank you, dear. Well, isn't it wonderful? Greece, there's something about Greece. It's like one generation after another, discovers it. And as you get older, you say, "Ooh, I didn't know what that Saran wrap was for," or whatever. There's all kinds of things that you know. But the sing along is so much, and I love hosting it. I've done it at the Hollywood Bowl for 18,000 people. And I don't know if when you saw it, they had little prop bags. Did everybody in the audience
Oh
get a
yeah.
comb and a pom pom? Isn't
Oh,
that fun?
it's
Yeah.
I can't believe the longevity of it. That when you think of these everybody in my office, for example, when they.
Yeah.
I interview 3 or 4 people a week, and some people get excited and some people don't. But the minute I said I was interviewing you, everybody in the office knew, no matter whether they were 15
Oh,
or 80, they knew who you were. I mean, that should
oh,
say a lot
thank
for you.
you. Oh, thanks. But you know something? What's really been great in the last few weeks since Best Medicine's been on?
Yeah.
At the grocery store, oh, I love your show. Oh, I love you. I love you on Best Medicine all the time. And you know what? I love it because, having people, usually it's my voice, they'll say,
Oh, yeah.
were you Frenchie? Or they'll say, wait, no, you weren't. Because I'm a little bit older. What can you do? Time goes. But with Best Medicine, and it's always such a happy face that people are really enjoying the quirkiness and the fun and the love that's in that show.
It's a great show. I'm a fan of Josh Charles. I loved him in a show called Sports Night.
Yes,
He was amazing. And,
yes.
I loved his future work. But I mean, he's such a great actor. When I saw it, and I see you on the board, there's this moment where he's getting interviewed. And I'm going,
Right,
wait a minute.
right.
That's yeah. The minute and that's about this show. You do that a lot. You go, wait a minute, isn't that? I mean, the ensemble cast is amazing for the show.
Absolutely. I mean, really amazing. Stephen Spinella, he's the one who runs the Salty Breeze. He was, and Angels of America, he won the Tony for Best Actor. We have all these Broadway stars who have had whole careers of playing, all kinds of roles. They're here. I mean, wait till you see this episode that's on tomorrow night. Stephen is, I mean, he's magnificent. What's great about Best Medicine is always a medical mystery. And the one this week is something very unique. I can only say that.
I was watching. I tried to burn when I found out you were on the show.
Yeah,
I tried to get in the last episodes, try to knock them out real quick,
yeah,
and I saw this one, and I'm also we do it. It's under oath because I'm a lawyer and we do
yes,
stuff
yes,
like that. And there
yes.
was a thing where he's being sued for malpractice, and I'm watching this, and I'm just going, of course, this ekes into this show.
Oh
Eh,
yeah. Oh yeah, everything. Everything. But the main thing is that he is brilliant.
yeah,
He's a brilliant scientist, a brilliant doctor. And why we still don't know really what happened, why he has this blood phobia. We really haven't gotten to the answer of that. And there's all kinds of mystery. I had a line in that first episode that got cut, which is when he says that he used to come here to Port Wynn as a child, because they ask him, why do you want to be here, after being prominent
right.
surgeon? And, oh, your little Marty with the buck teeth. Oh, my. Wow. Orthodontist did a good job. Yeah.
That's funny.
So
See,
I
I think
knew
I think
him.
I have it. I think I have it. I think I get it because I know that his older sister died in the car with him, and when he saw the girl
Um,
he was operating in Boston, it flashed back to
um,
that. So I think
um,
that's where it came from because I was like
yeah.
it's a tough thing because I was
Good
I
for
was a
you. Good for
yeah,
you.
I was a medic in the army, so I know that the trauma is not great.
Oh,
So you kind of like look at things and go, okay, I could understand how something like that later on it'd pull from. So,
right,
so
right. Oh, my goodness. You were a medic in the army.
yeah, a little bit
Wow.
ago. I swear to God, you
Wow.
sound so much like my mother because I come from a Jewish background too. And the way the whole family was, oh, Jeffrey's in the army. That's so nice.
Well, listen, to,
Yeah.
to serve your country, God bless.
Oh, different days, different
I
days.
know, I know, I know.
You've had the benefit of being on Broadway. You've done
Yes.
television. I mean, Benson for so many years, 5 years of Benson, which I thought you were
Yeah.
fantastic on that show.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, your career has just been so amazing that every character you play seems to stick out. And
Well,
y-
thank you. That's very nice to say, baby. Thank you. Yeah, I've
well,
been,
it's the way it's been. And I mean, you've done children's shows, you've done adult shows. I mean,
yeah,
now if I had to ask you, I said the one thing that you
yeah.
wish you would have said yes to, that you passed on.
Oh,
What do you think the toughest thing that you said, well, I didn't know. I had no idea.
do you know, I don't think I have one of those. I really don't. I don't think I was fortunate enough. Now, my husband does. My husband's a composer.
Yes.
And he's written over 200 film scores, but I'm not going to answer for him. But I know that he turned down a couple of real biggies. But he won the, Academy Award for Norma Ray, so he's
Wow.
all
I
right.
think he's
You
okay. I
know.
think he's going to do all right. I think he's going to do all
But
right.
yeah, no, I there are roles that I wish I had played, but not ones that, this year I got to do a wonderful movie that you're gonna love. It keeps changing names. I think it's called Weekend Warrior now. It stars Mark Wahlberg, and he has three children, and his son, the oldest, is on the spectrum, extremely
Yeah.
smart, and the adventure that he has to get close to his son, to bond with his son, is what the movie's about. And I'm the grandma. I would play Mark
Yeah.
Wahlberg's mommy, and turns out that my father probably was autistic, but they
Yeah.
didn't call it then. So I have a beautiful scene with the grandson about acceptance and love, and he's wonderful. Who he is perfect. So that was great. That hasn't come out yet. That was for Apple, so that's probably at the beginning of next year or the end of this year. So yeah, that was a role that I was so happy to get, because you audition for things and sometimes you don't get them. But
It happens.
yeah.
Now you've been in the business with your husband for many years, and I always like talking to people who are in these relationships when they have a part comes up. And do you actually talk to each other? Hey, listen, I think I'm going to try this. What do you think? I mean, do you bounce stuff off each other a lot?
Oh God, yeah. Oh, all the time. And when he's working on a theme for a movie, or right now he has an off-Broadway show running that's a musical, and that had a big, long gestation of trying it out here, trying it out there, and absolutely, when he and his partner Richard Maltby would write a song. Um, I was the test, they would try it out on me. And if I went, that's all right, or the tears would come. And then we'd know that's a winner. Yeah, so absolutely. And sometimes, now we do auditions on
Yeah.
video. So I have to get my husband to just give me the cues, baby. Don't act. Just give me the cues.
Give me the cues, baby. I like how that sounds. Um, Now that is interesting because my daughter is, she's in theater school right now. She's in college, and
Oh, really?
I always go to the people like you, and I said, "What advice do you give on?" I want a long career. What is the best things I can do? What is the most important thing that I've done in my career that has allowed me to go as long as I have?
Oh, that's a very good question. Very, very good question. Well, firstly, you want to, depending on, what your interest is. I mean, if you want to be able to have a career that sustains, you want to be able to do theater and film and television. And so you need to make sure that you're in really good physical shape, because stamina, especially doing 8 shows a week, and especially when you work 11, 12-hour days on a
Yeah.
film, you have to have good stamina. So you got to be in good shape. You have to have that as being a real priority. um, and and voice. You need to be able to play different things. Like when you said about Goodnight Gracie, I mean, I that it's my voice, but I had to find in my body how to do that. So taking speech lessons, singing lessons, are any way to stretch who you are, not only physically, but reading, going to museums, looking at paintings, getting falling in love with literature. When you get a good script, it's so, um, it's a good script because it triggers emotion in you. So to read and to see, I used to, when I first started in doing films, I had a file, and anytime I would read something that touched me deeply, if it was about love or scared me, I had a section, a love section, and I'd write down that passage in the book. Or if I hear a song that evoked tears, yep, I got it. In those days I would have a tape of it. But now you can just
Yeah.
plug that song in. So when you're working long, long hours on a movie or doing a long run of a play, you need to regenerate
Yeah.
the emotion. And having, for me, having this file, I had photos in it of old boyfriends, or of something, anything that evoked an emotion that you could use when you needed it. So I would say you can do that, make yourself a little emotional file, or you can just make sure that you're in very good shape. And there's a lot of rejection. So what do you do about rejection? That's it's got to be a way that you can say, no, I'm not being rejected. They just had a different idea in their mind. They have a different feeling that they want, because rejection can really make you lose
Yeah.
your juice.
Oh yeah.
And you got to keep yourself in the best shape, mentally, physically. And for me, it's always going to the heart. The best advice I can really give is that you know how to show love, because sometimes love will come out in a part where you're very stern and angry, but it's coming from a place of love, or it's you're very empathetic because you know. I mean, the character of Frenchie, I loved playing her because she loved all her friends so much.
Yeah.
She just wanted them all to be beautiful. So she couldn't even stay in high school. She had to go to beauty school, you know. And even when she failed, she still wanted to be, with her friends, helping them, you know. So, in fact, I think that Grease was probably the first makeover show,
Yeah. It
because
felt like it. It definitely did.
for both Sandy and Danny.
I've watched that again last night. I wanted to try to get that emotion from Beauty School Dropout again. And I mean, in that whole movie, there's so many moments, but for some reason, that was the one that showed sensitivity and security. A lot of it, Grease is all over the place with fun and everything else.
Yeah.
But that one was the only one where you're going, God, that took it to everybody, I think.
Good. Oh, I'm so glad. Well, I mean, have an angel come. I said, Frenchie said, I wish I had a guardian angel to tell me what to do. And boink, there he is.
And it's Frankie Avalon,
That
so
is
it could be
Frankie
worse.
Avalon.
Yes.
I know. Don't we all wish at times we had someone who could just, he says to go back to high school, which is good advice. But it's also go be around the people who love you and that you can love, and let be in the present.
Where do they shoot Bad Medicine?
Well, this is what the gift. We're here in New York. That's
Okay.
where I am. I live in New York. I'm a New Yorker. I was born in Brooklyn, but I live just north of Manhattan, and we're up in Newburgh, or this beauty.
Yeah.
The locations that are supposed to look like Maine are actually
Right.
called Cornwall on the Hudson. Beautiful, which is just 45 minutes from where I live. So that's been a gift.
Well, I love the show. I can't tell you how much I love that you're on it. I love Josh Charles. He's amazing. And for those listeners who want to know where they can find it, I mean, everything's streaming now, so you can actually find it on Hulu, even though it's on regular network. You can watch the
Right.
back episodes on Hulu. Didi, it's such a pleasure, and I can't tell you how much this meant to me.
Oh, I'm so happy to meet you, and thank you for bringing up my theater days, and Goodnight Gracie, and lovely to meet you too.